Now we've moved to next presentation. It's about Gulf of Bothnia, the Quark area pilot case. And Johnny Berglund will present the case. And last time when we communicated by email, you sent me a very sad message actually that you just came from the stakeholders meeting and there were not so much interest in your case. Why was it so?
Yes, I may not have so enthusiastic like Ludwig here from the Netherlands showed the it's not really the similar case in the north of Sweden and the north of Baltic. First of all, I thank the organizers for inviting me and from the SeaGIS project for having to share some of experience. I'm working at the county administrative board, so I present the national authority in Sweden. And of course, I'm proud that we say that we have a law in Sweden now that is enforced, and that's good. And we are starting to work with that. But there are some problems. And for example, we was told by Thomas here, there's a big cooperation project. We are 14 counties. I'm presenting one. We have 85 municipalities that we have to cope with also. And I will focus my talk about cooperation with the municipalities. Myself, I was involved in the Plan Bothnia project, so I'm somewhat familiar with the whole process. And actually, the first time in 2007, there was a Nordic conference in MSP in Copenhagen. And in that time, I remember we looked much about UK, what they've done. I think UK is looking a little bit what we are doing in the Baltic now. I'm not sure, but you experts may say.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Yes, good. And about the SeaGIS project, it's in Swedish, and it means that the cooperation for ecosystem-based planning of the marine environment. And the aim of the project is to improve the knowledge and increase the possibilities for ecosystem-based planning or MSP in the region. And we are trying to build a common platform for knowledge storing, and we're actually very proud of the map service that we have built. I will return to that later. And the partners, a few slides about the project. I recognize that some of you took this small folder also that we have. But the lead partner is the Center of Economic Development and Transport and Environment of the Southern Ostrobothnia. And actually, the project leader is Jens Perros, my tall friend from Vasa. And partners is then County Administrative Board, Västerbotten, Metsä Hallitus, which is the national government, and then the universities, Åbo Academy in Vasa, University of Vasa, and Umeå University, and I think this represents the scientific part of the project, and they can be good to have the scientific persons within a project because they should be like not balanced in any way. They should be or balanced in and then there is also EGIS, which is a part of a big GIS cooperation in the area. And some of the activities in the project is that we have analyzed, and I will return to this in my presentation, we have analyzed the interest for MSP on local level in Finland and Sweden. We have analyzed the organizational legal processes in the current governance, And actually this is of course getting older and older, this analyzed, because now we have the directive, MSP directive soon coming, and also the Maritime directive of waters also. So it's changing very rapidly now. So the Vasa University that has done that is quite sad that is going so fast. So it's all old stuff already. And then we'll develop or have developed a trans-regional GIS-based platform, or you could call it map service. But this map service can do other things also. You can have it, use it as a communication tool, errands, or you can get information for the public. I'll return to that a little bit. And then we have done or doing pilot testing of different planning scenarios, and it was, talk to you, Alice, it was in that case we had just did a pilot testing, and it was not very enthusiastic experience. Of course, communication is an important part in our project, exactly the same as in PartiSEApate and many other projects. We are spreading the information about MSP and planning processes in the region, and we have the national, regional, environmental and planning authorities that are the end users of our information, and also the municipalities within the region. But for example, we have had seminars to inspire the municipalities and also the regional authorities, or for example my own authority, but we also ended up with public events. And actually these public events is getting very interesting, because many people, when you show them information, they get very interested. You can show shipwrecks, for example, that we saw here. Of course, they then, I have my cottage, summer cottage here, and the closest shipwreck and things like that. They can be digging quite deep in the information. We had one meeting in Umeå, similar in Vasa, or really in the city center. By the way, Umeå is the capital of culture also this year, so you can visit Umeå later on. But then to the main question, to the analyzing of the interest for MSP, and it was of course it was the universities that has made interviews. Actually, they have not called them; they have been visiting them and discussing what are the views on MSP and how to approach the planning, and of course the municipalities is important here. So I was expecting that somebody would have shown some picture of Finnish or Swedish planning system, but of course the planning objectives, the national goals, and then if Sweden have an area of national interest. In Finland they have these regional land use plans, which is, I think they are very prepared for MSP in Finland in that case, that they have this. In Sweden, it's the municipalities that has the monopoly in planning, actually, except for now the outer sea that the SWAM has together. But they are quite large, these community or municipalities, approximately the same size of Lithuania, many of them. They are even bigger in Sweden than in Finland. And they actually come together in the Quark region. And the thing that they have planned is this. I don't know if you show it. I might go and show it here. Here's an area. Here's an area. Here's an area. That is wind parks that has been planned. That's the thing that they have planned. And they have also planned area for tourism and recreation, but they are on land. There are no areas planned in the sea. And further on, of course, there are things on the sea already, and natural interest areas. Here we show Nature 2000 areas and all kind of stuff. And for example, this is a print screen of our map service. And it's more than 300 GIS layers that is put into all the Helcom data is also put. It's very nice, user-friendly, and actually Jens will tell you more about that. But we had this testing of this, and we had the thematic discussion. And what did we discuss? Recreation and tourism. Somewhat we discussed energy, some little bit of transport, some little bit of nature conservation, and little bit of fishing. I have to wrap up. So the outcome of the interviews, I may confirm some of your expectations, but it's very low planning capacity in smaller municipalities. There are rather little interest in the sea, and very few, if there are any, visions about how to use the sea. It's also really low knowledge. Normally no biologists, for example, even so. And there are more concerns of restrictions and governmental control, and they want to develop something. But to sum up, low interest, rather low knowledge, but there are some key factors. Cooperation, many have said it today. Some of the municipalities also start to cooperate to make some, put the money together so they can do inventories and things like that. Also the knowledge, and that's projects like this and others that increase the knowledge. What are the possibilities? What can you use the sea for? Money would be a catalyst. Putting in money so they can start a project. Because there is one case in the west coast of Sweden that several municipalities has done a great job, but they have done it with money from European Commission in some way. Thank you.
Should we ask the questions, or could we comment on it?
How much money do you need?
Okay, one question, and then unfortunately we have to move forward.
Very practical one. Did you have any cooperation with the Ostrobothnia Regional Council? I asked because in case you had taken their regional plan on the map, it would have been really very much different, because they have a long tradition on planning on also marine area.
Actually, the regional council of Ostrobothnia is involved in the project, and they have this area in the Finland. They have planned for wind park, but not so much other things that not already was going on. For example, the ferry lines and things like that. So it's just that it's few sectors that is involved in planning in the.
Yes.
I have a very practical questions regarding one things you mentioned. At a certain point, you said that in Finland, local land use plan are prepared for MSP. In which way?
Excuse me.
You told that in Finland, the local planning is ready for MSP.
I mean, I might use the regional planning.
Yeah.
Like Ulla said here, it's very close
but
to.
Ready in the sense that they are compatible from, I can say, from the the topics from the main issues,
Yeah,
something like that.
they are covering the sea, and they
They go outside from the land.
yes, yes.